Good day everyone, my name is Hsien. I'm here to present about my final year project. The title of my final year project is E-Learning Mobile Software for Arduino and Its Applications, or ELA. My supervisor is T.S. Hazli bin Roslan. I'm from Department of Electrical Engineering Technology and Faculty of Engineering Technology, which is FTK. My presentation included the poster presentation and a video demonstration of my apps, ELA. The elements I will present in my poster presentation included abstract, introduction, literature, methodology, results and discussion, conclusions and references. Next, I will start with my presentation of abstract. The Arduino users had faced difficulty in searching the knowledge about Arduino, and they do not know what need to learn about Arduino. This project aimed to develop Android-based educational mobile applications or e-learning mobile software that teach users knowledge about Arduino. The mobile app developed, namely ELA or e-learning of Arduino and its application, is developed with Android Studio IDE, Java programming language, XML markup language, and real-time database Firestore. Google Play Console and Google Form had used to collect and analyze the ratings, reviews, user information, users' experiences, and users' opinions towards different criteria of ELA. As a result, ELA was successfully published to the Google Play Store and received 80 ratings with an average rating of 4.875 and 60 reviews from users. For app evaluation, users had rated average ratings of 3.933 for the design of user interface UI, 4.183 for engagement, 4.317 for learning content, 4.383 for user experience UX. Through the reviews and user feedback, it is shown that the level of users' satisfaction is good, and ELA is very helpful to those who are new in learning knowledge related to Arduino. The development of ELA had also contributed impacts of engineering technology solutions in aspects such as environmental sustainability, safety and health, and economic. Lastly, the recommendations suggested in this project included the implementation of RA or ProGuard to obfuscate ELA, the addition of quiz section and Q&A section in ELA, and implementation of Arduino compiler in ELA. Next, I will move to introduction. The teenagers in Malaysia usually learn Arduino through self-learning, with the e-learning process where they learn Arduino in methods that were not systematically. They do not have direction in their whole learning process, such that they learn everything they found on the internet without knowing whether the knowledge they learn is suitable for their condition or not. They do not possess a good understanding of the specifications of Arduino, the steps to compile and load Arduino coding into the Arduino boards, or any other knowledge about Arduino that needs to be known by every beginner of Arduino. This research project is aimed to develop an Android-based educational e-learning mobile software that teaches users knowledge about Arduino. This Android app, namely ELA, or e-learning of Arduino and its application, is developed in APK, application package, and AAB, application bundle format. It is then published to the Android application market, which is the Google Play Store, to ensure this mobile app really benefits the users with knowledge such as the functions of Arduino, introduction of Arduino, comparison of specification of different types of Arduino boards, and examples of electronic projects which implement with Arduino. The examples were given at the beginner's level to ensure there is no difficulty in the learning process for the beginner that introduced to Arduino. The guidance video on the basic knowledge about Arduino is taught in the mobile app. There is also command features in the examples that allow users to exchange their opinion related to the examples of Arduino projects given in the mobile applications. The mobile application is developed with programming language Java, markup language XML, and the real-time database Firestore. Next, I will move to the literature. For the literature, the previous literature had been reviewed to search for suitable tools, development methods, software development lifecycle (SDLC), and data collection methods. As the result, the Android Studio IDE had chosen as the Android development tool, Java had chosen as the programming language to code the operation, interaction, and user experience (UX) of ELA, while XML, Extensible Markup Language, had chosen as the markup language to design the user interface (UI) of ELA. Firebase had chosen as a real-time database to store the anonymous comments. Google Play Store, Google Play Console, and Google Form had chosen as the method to collect data of users' satisfactions. As the table shows, it is the 6 main previous literature that have been reviewed for their findings, and the decision is made from these findings. Next, I will proceed to methodology. For the methodology, the Android Studio IDE had used to develop the mobile application with the implementation of Java programming language, XML markup language, Firestore real-time database, and Google Play Console had used to publish the Android app to Google Play Store. From Google Play Console and Google Forms, the result on user satisfaction were collected. For the simple system block diagram as shown in Figure 1, there were 4 submenus that could be accessed in the main menu of ELA. The first submenu, Intro, or the introduction of Arduino, will give introductions on Arduino, Proteus, and Freezig. The second submenus, Comparison, give comparisons of Arduino Mega, Arduino Uno, Arduino Nano, with the manual and the pins configurations. While the third submenus, Application of Arduino, give examples of Arduino projects. The Arduino projects were presented with the easy learn beginner levels, with the coding, hardware list, software list, and the schematic diagram, and the wiring connection, and the video demonstration. For the fourth submenus, it gave manual on how to use the ELA, the content of ELA presented, which this submenu is taught about the apps. Next, I will move to the result. For the result and discussion, ELA had published 2 releases to Google Play Store, which the first release is Open Testing or Beta. The second release is the official launch or the production. For the Open Testing or Beta, it is have the 25 users that assign ratings to and the reviews to the open testing of ELA. From the ratings, it's seen that 69% of the users had assigned 5 stars, while 4% had assigned 4 stars. For the reviews, it's seen that 21 of the user, or the 84% of the user, had satisfied with ELA, while 4 users, which is 16%, had given recommendation on ELA in open testing. Next, move to the official launch. For the official launch or the production, ELA had received 150 installed in Google Play Store, as seen in the Google Play console of Figure 4, and the Google Play average rating is 4.875. On the other hand, the average rating as shown in the Google Play Store is 4.9, as with the 80 users that had assigned the ratings to Google Play Store. Next, it is seen that there were 76 of the users had assigned 5 stars to ELA in official launch, of 2 persons had assigned 4 stars and 2 persons had assigned 1 star. For the review of the official launch, it is seen that 53 users had satisfied with the ELA, while 5 persons had given the recommendation on ELA, and 2 users had complaints about bugs or any other corrections. Next, Figure 8 had shown the user's opinion on evaluation criteria or aspects of ELA. These data were collected through the Google Forms by the 60 users that had assigned the reviews in Google Play Store. Throughout the app evaluation, it is shown that the UI of ELA had shown fewer preferences by ELA's users with lower average ratings, which is 3.933 compared to the other aspects of criteria such as engagement with the average rating of 4.183, learning content with the average rating of 4.317, and the UX user experience with the average rating of 4.383. Next, I will move to the conclusions. With the ease of the mobile application that has been developed, ELA had successfully solved the problem mapped by the beginner of Arduino by teaching them the basic knowledge needed to know in building their own Arduino projects. They can also get convenience with the utilization of ELA to buy components needed for Arduino projects, download the software needed such as Pro Tools, Arduino IDE and Freezing, and look for video guidance. Understanding of Arduino and how to build Arduino projects that were at the beginner's level had been taught to users through ELA with step-by-step guidance. Users were able to exchange their opinions and thoughts if they had questions or doubts on Arduino or the examples of the project presented. Throughout the game, it is proof that all the objectives and scopes had been achieved by solving the problems stated previously. It also makes impacts of engineering technology solutions to aspects of environmental sustainability and economy by encouraging the production and sales of Arduino boards. It is recommended that the R8 or ProGuard were implemented in ELA to prevent the anonymous obtaining ELA source code with reverse engineering methods such as extracting APK with APK extractor to obtain the source resource or the DEX file, Dalvik executable file, and the manifest files of ELA. Quiz and Q&A session have also been recommended to add into ELA. Arduino compiler has also been suggested to add into ELA. Next, about references. For this poster presentation, there were 6 references being stated in the review previously for the literature section. While this is the list of the reference of the 6 literature. Thank you for your listening. That's all from me. Next, I will show you the demonstration video for my apps, ELA, or e-learning of Arduino, in my Android mobile. Thank you. Now I will show you about my ELA apps in Google Play Store that's been published. First, we search about ELA. You will see my apps here. So this is about the apps, and the downloads and reviews can be seen here. The reviews can be seen here, and I open it. This is the splash screen, and this is my main menu. I will start with my introduction, the first submenu. Here is presented about what is Arduino, the history of Arduino, the inventors. And here, it introduced about the Arduino hardware or the Arduino board. This is Arduino Uno. So, this is the link to buy the Arduino board. Such as I press the Shopee one, it will pass me to the Shopee website if I have the apps, it will directly pass me to the app. So now we can judge by here. Jump back to my apps. After the Arduino Uno, Mega, Nano, Leonardo, here is the introduction of Arduino software. The Arduino IDE download links will be in the button here. You will pass me directly to the button, to the websites. There is to download the Arduino IDE. Yeah, is here, so you can download whichever version you wanted. Jump back again. This is the schematic diagram software introduction, which is the Proteus Professional and the KiCad. For the Proteus Professional, you either can download for the official one, which it is need to pay, and the cracked one, which I uploaded my own X file for the Proteus Professional and into the apps, and it is also the Arduino library of Proteus. Then the KiCad one, when you press this one, you can straight download. Yeah, it has many versions. KiCad is one of the software they add like the Proteus Professional used for circuit simulation. And the wiring connection software, the popular one is the freezing, and I had also suggested for the virtual breadboard, which is found in the Microsoft application market, software market. And then next is the guidance video on the Arduino IDE installation video, crack Proteus installation video on how to set the hex file location, and the video on how to add Arduino library into a Proteus, because the Proteus original you download don't have the Arduino library, and what can do if no library found in Proteus. I have also given the video guidance, and the video on how to implement Arduino code to Proteus, like the Arduino code after you run is in hex file, then how do you bring that hex file link to the Proteus project that you want to simulate. All this video I done my own effort, so if you press 1, okay, you will see that this is my account, this is the video shown, guidance video. So jump back to my apps. This is for the introduction, and next for the comparison, I choose Arduino Mega. It have the pins configuration here. If I press, it will pass me to the Google Drive, which is inside got the PDF for the zoom view. Here, it's okay that you don't need to sign in if you. Sorry. Just now is the error of the syswa email. If I using my personal email, it's okay one. Or if I don't need to sign in, I should use the Google Chrome. The PDF file is also accessible. Yeah, so now you can see it's the pin configuration. And for the manual, if I choose to access with this one, can also, just now it has some errors due to the syswa error. This is the manual, and this is the suggested project for the Arduino Mega, one of it. This one I just suggest the example of easy use, and the in beginner levels one is as the next section. So these three is all the same, just with their own information. So move to the application. I choose for the Mega also. Now you can see this is the examples that I make it myself. The Proteus I draw in on myself, and the freezing wiring connection I also draw in myself. And for this image, you can zoom. Yeah, it's much clearer. And here is the back. But this one, it was automatic collects back when you jump back to here. So this is the video demonstration video that I made my own effort also. So this is the demonstration, and this is for the installation. Yeah, the installation is after the presentation video. Yeah, this is the installation. So next, this is the comment feature. As you can see, the first comment is before that I inserted. If I insert now, I am beginner. I send. Yeah, it can be stored in the Firestore. Now if I jump back to C, yeah, you can see the comment is stored in the apps and the Firestore. So this is the coding. The coding can be copied. Yeah, but the other text cannot be copied. So for the water level sensor, the second example, and the countdown timer. Same for the Arduino Uno. The Arduino Uno. Now you can see it's 3. And now for Arduino Nano. Actually, yeah, Nano. 3 of it you have. So about the apps, this is my information, and this is the manual. It's also stored in the PDF file, which is in my Google Drive. I have open access for many. Yeah, so now you can see it. That's all for my apps. Thank you for watching. Thank you.